Hey guys, welcome back to Phil Plays TCG. I am back. Thank you so much for your patience while I was dealing with a lot of personal things in my life that really needed to be addressed, and also just practicing a crap ton for the regional I did I went to last weekend, and I was able to place 10th. It was a very, very great tournament. My games are super close, so I'm very happy with my performance. I was able to secure my top 16 Goku, and I'm very happy with that. So once again, thank you guys so much for your patience. But today I want to talk to you about the possibility of Blue's whole strategy changing. And what I mean by that is based off this card, this new Gotenks SR from FBO 4 Ultra Limit, I'm wondering if maybe we will see a change to the way Blue's properly played. We will go over that here in the video. Before we hop into it, make sure to hit that like button, make sure to hit that subscribe button, see if we can get this video to 50 likes. I would very much appreciate that, as we are on our way to 2,500 subs. And yeah, typical YouTube stuff out of the way. Thank you guys so much for everything. Thank you so much for still helping the channel grow, even in my absence. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. You're perfect. Thank you. So we're talking about this guy here. This new 4-drop 30k Gotenks from set 4. It's permanent. Also, I hate the fact that once again we have a super rare with no combo power. I really don't like that. It's seemingly the trend for Blue right now is to not have combo power with their SRs, which I think is really dumb, especially since typically you want to have 3 to 4 copies of an SR on your deck most of the time. So this guy is permanent. If you have 10 or more cards in your drop area, this card gets plus 5,000 power. So for 4 energy, as long as you have 10 or more cards in your discard pile, you have a 35k swinger. That is huge. That is double strike levels of power without the double strike, of course. But right away when I read that, I'm like, wait a minute, Blue typically doesn't have a whole lot of cards in their discard, at least early on. Maybe late game, as the game kind of gets crazier, you get close to that 10 cards in hand, especially if you're comboing, your opponent's getting rid of things. Yeah, late game, but for the most part, early game, especially by turn 4, for the most part, you aren't going to have 10 cards in your discard. Now, it gets more interesting. On play, place the top 2 cards of your deck into the owner's drop. Then, choose it to one of your opponent's battle cards at the cost of 3 or less and place it at the bottom of its owner's deck. So, what I'm getting at from that text is that on play, you self-mill 2 cards. So you're adding to the amount of cards in your discard to hopefully get this card's ability, or its permanent ability off. But it is still doing the bottom decking at 3 costs, which fantastic. It's still it's bottom decking a card, not putting it back in hand. That's Blue's sweet spot. It needs to be bottom decked. Putting cards back to hand is not good in this game. It is in certain situations only. But basically, this card has really got me curious about. We've never seen a card quite like this in Blue, where most of the time Blue is trying to recur cards from the discard, while this card is actively putting cards into the discard and wanting you to have cards in your discard. So basically, based off this, I have 3 things. Blue's new gameplay style might be revolving around self-mill, or it could, and, I'll admit, this very well could just be this is specifically the archetype they're going for in this set. Whatever Blue leader it is, my opinions, it will be Ultimate Gohan. I'm gonna stand on that hill. Maybe it's Vegito, but I am thinking it is going to be Gohan this set. Anyway, added abilities based on your discard pile total. Once again here, maybe you're going to get added abilities on other cards that trigger if you have a certain amount of cards in your discard, which is like I said, very much the opposite of what Blue typically likes to do. And then this, my thought is it can work with your recycling, because obviously cards need to be in your discard pile in order to get them back into your hand. This could work in a positive way towards it. Let's talk about that. So, excuse me. Next slide here. So basically, we all know kind of the playstyle of Blue. Blue's unfortunately been bound by the 7-card or less requirement in hand in order to get our abilities of our cards. Sure, a lot of our cards will have special abilities that they will get no matter what, but then certain cards don't work unless you have 7 cards or less in hand, which means you constantly have to think about, like, you're mathing out, okay, if I combo with this, if I don't combo with this, I'm gonna have this many cards in my hand, which means my ability doesn't work. These are just 6 cards that have that. There are more, of course. Like I said, though, last 2 SRs in blue both did not have combo power, so I really don't like the fact that you have to run a lot of these cards because they are really good, but they have no combo power, which I'll admit, this Gohan screwed me in my 2 games that I lost in my regional because I drew it when I needed combo power, and this card does not. But anyway, that's a different topic here. 7 or less, a lot of people have said, is unnecessary. Some people say it is necessary because blue's abilities are really, really good. But my thing is, other colors have amazing cards that have no requirement to use them. So I just think it's kind of stupid that blue has to have that requirement. That's just my opinion, of course, though. So basically, recursion and recycling has been a huge identity, a part of blue's identity. The 2 best cards I think that can come to mind are the 1-drop Pilaf from set 1 and the 2-drop Videl from set 3. Basically, Pilaf has been a staple since set 1, and Videl is looking to be a possible staple going forward, depending on what kind of archetype we have going forward. Basically, the recursion of these 2 cards is fantastic. Pilaf being able to grab one cost Earthling card from your discard pile on play, and then Videl's on attacking ability allows you to grab a 1 blue non-Videl card with a cost of 3 or less and Earthling from its special trait. So Pilaf can grab a 1-cost Earthling, Videl can grab a 3-cost or less Earthling. So, these cards are fantastic, but you see a trend here. Only Earthlings seemingly have the ability to recycle. There's not any Saiyan card that can. The only one that I can think of is Goku Black, and he does grab a 4-cost or less from the drop. Which, I mean, yeah, true, but he's also a 6-cost Saiyan. These 2 can actually, like, work in tandem with each other. Goku Black is, like, your late-game boss. And so I don't really consider him, really... It's not really recycling. He can only do it once on play, while these guys can... There's some really cool combos that you can use these cards indefinitely. Like I said, Pilaf, you play Pilaf, grab Pilaf. Play Pilaf, grab Pilaf. We all know the Pilaf loop. Videl, you can combo with an Earthling early on, play Videl, swing, grab that Earthling back to your hand, and then combo that Earthling to defend her, so you're constantly defending her while she's attacking and recurring you cards. You can also grab Pilaf off Videl. There's a lot of really cool things you can do with these cards. But, like I said, it's seemingly only Earthlings can recycle. I don't know if that's going to change. And, just letting you know, Gotenks is an Earthling. So, he's part of that. But, I don't know why Saiyans don't... Like, I get it. Saiyans typically Saiyan cards are really, really strong. So maybe they don't want to have any way to recur those cards. But, for now, Earthlings are the only only special trait card that can... or the only special trait that can do that. Sorry, it's pretty early here. So another thing you can look at here is with the recursion and recycling, you can, in a weird way, you can look at self-mill plus the ability to recycle could be really, really good. You can get cards that are in your discard pile instead of having to like draw constantly to get those cards into your deck, which is not a lot of cards let you draw so many cards. But if there are going to be more cards that allow you to self-mill them into the discard pile, then you have a chance of hitting those cards and recycling them back into your hand, which, like I said, could be good. The problem is with self-mill, you always have that. There's always that chance that you're going to mill something you really don't want to mill. Something that's not recyclable. AKA super combos. AKA your boss monster. Something that, you really need to draw. You really need to get that card in your hand, but there's no way to get it back once it's in the discard. Super combos are so important in this game, and the fact that there is that chance, however slim it might be, that you might accidentally mill your super combos, and then your opponent's just like, okay, cool, I can now start attacking much more aggressively knowing that he doesn't have a super combo. So there is that bad side, but like I said, there's also the good side where, like, if you've got a Videl and a peel-off in hand and you start milling like Earthling cards or peel-off cards, you can start recurring those a lot easier. But once again, it really just kind of depends on the cards we're getting. And once again, Saiyans don't have it because they're really, really powerful, and I can understand them not wanting to be able to recycle them constantly. So, another thing people are talking about is a possible set 4 Banlist happening right before set 4 releases in November. One of the top cards in that discussion is Pilaf, of course. People have been trying to get Pilaf banned or limited or errata for a while now. It is Blue's best card. Hands down, this is Blue's best card. With the possible self-milling, it is going to be able to... You're going to be able to start your peel-off loop a lot easier. As long as you get one peel-off at hand and one peel-off in the discard, you can start that loop. If you self-mill like 3 peel-offs and you got 1 card in hand, you can get all 4 peel-offs back into your hand or on your board at one point to go in for a huge swing. And that, yeah, that sounds very bad. But my argument with this is that without peel-off, Blue becomes significantly weaker. I've already said that Blue has a damn near very low chance of beating Green. I just don't understand it. I was able to beat Green only because I comboed only 5k more than what my I was able to combo. Sorry, my opponent did not combo as much as he needed to. Sorry, let me rephrase that. My last round in regionals, my opponent, I comboed 60k. He asked if I wanted to combo any more. I comboed 5k more to 65. He took the last life. So he took that life, went down to 2 life. I played double strike Vegeta and then just dropped everything onto it. He was able to get out of the first attack. He was not able to get out of the second. And that's how I won Green. I don't understand how Blue beats Green. I understand you want to be aggressive as all heck, but sometimes it's just not there. So anyway, if Blue loses peel-off and we're not able to do our really big swings to try to beat down Green, we just become even worse against our worst matchup. And that might just be me having PTSD playing Green. I do understand that peel-off loop is very, very bad. Going down to 1 life while playing against a Blue deck is damn near is the most reckless thing you can do in this game. Going down to 1 life is absolutely crazy. You don't want to do that. If peel-off were to get banned, it would severely impact Blue as a whole. I don't think peel-off should be banned. I think, if anything, he should be limited down to maybe like 2 copies of, because that way he can still grab himself, but you have to see both of them to start that loop. And if you get rid of one of them, like permanently, like bottom decking it or whatever, then you know, it is what it is. But even then, if you accidentally self-mill both, you have to then get a Videl to get the peel-off back, and you have to go extra steps in order to get it, you know? But overall, I don't think peel-off should be banned. I understand it is a problem card and will probably be banned or limited in the future because it is going to impact game design. But if they are moving away from the 7 cards or less requirement and focusing more on the discard, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I like this card a lot. I understand that it is busted, but I don't think we need to get rid of it now. But I can definitely see it in the future being a problem. So basically, my final thoughts here, this is all, as you can tell, this is all hypothetical. This is all just my thoughts reading this Gotenks card, and I just thought it'd be a really interesting topic. Basically, this could be a really good new archetype or gameplay style for Blue, or it could be very, very bad depending on the support we get. It's going to heavily depend on the recursion we get, or if this set just relies so heavily on having cards that do really cool things. If you have so many cards in your discard, Blue's going to be playing a bit more recklessly, discarding more cards. Hell, that 1-drop Pan that lets you to draw 2, trash 2, that's going to be a very good card in an archetype, like this. There are just a lot of things you could think of. I just thought this was a very interesting Like, this is the one of 2 blue cards we've gotten in the reveal so far. The other one is a Goku that I think is honestly meh. I don't really think it's a good card, at least right now. We'll have to see the rest of the set support. But yeah, this could be the start of a new interesting change to Blue's mechanics, or this could just be a one-set archetype-based gameplay. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Thank you so much, guys, for checking out this video. What do you think about this Gotenks? So what do you think about the status of Blue, or what Blue could be doing going forward in this set? Who do you think the Blue leader will be in set 4 Ultra Limit? Let me know in the comments down below. And until the next video, take care.